Welcome to a practice where we'll focus on the upper arms and the strength of the side body. So often in my practice, I love focusing on the lengthening of the side body. But of course, we need the strength, the contraction, as well as the expansion. So in this practice, we'll stay pretty close to the mat. We'll start seated in a cross-legged position. Start seated, and some of us need a little height, a little elevation like a blanket. So if that's the case for you, grab your blanket. I've also got blocks. You might want to use them during some of this practice, but it's totally up to you. I'm sitting cross-legged with the middle of my shin, the shin behind, the left shin, right at the belly of the right calf muscle, and my feet are hidden. I can't see them. So see if you can do that and really press through the baby toe side of your foot so that the ankle bone is not crushing itself against the floor. Reach your right hand to the side. Just press the fingertips in line with the pelvis. Take your left hand to your head and push the head back. And notice when you lift the elbow up, all the length that you get on the side of the body. Now bend your right elbow so that you take your forearm a little bit closer to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Take your right hand behind your head, press your head back with the fingertip top position. And I like that just to save the wrist, but also engage the arm so much more fully. Lift your right elbow up, bend your elbow, and as you do, can you reach from your waist to your armpit and all the way to the elbow to get this nice length. And rise up. And opposite side, right hand comes down. This time, left arm goes up and over your head. Just allow yourself to do a second stretch here where you're just drawing in, where you use your right hand to get your left sit bone to stay planted as you draw to the side. Take your left hand down and take your right hand up and over your head. Spread your fingers to get nice engagement of the muscles in the upper arm. Draw it down a little bit deeper and rise up. Now cross your legs the opposite way and do the same. The leg behind is pushing into the calf muscle of the forward leg. You're hiding your ankles and your feet. Step your right hand in line with the pelvis. Take the left hand to your head. Press your head back. Reach your elbow up and use your right hand to powerfully press in so the left sit bone doesn't get light and lift. Rise up. Right hand comes to the occipital ridge. Take the left fingertips down. Draw over to the side. Get length on the side body. Have fullness to your breath. Inhale, rise up. Take the right hand down. Take the left arm up and over. Just get this nice fullness here. Use your hand to part the left sit bone a little bit more fully and rise up. Left hand down, right hand lifts up and over. And inhale to rise up, come out of the pose. With the feet to the left hand side, come down to your forearms, interlace your fingers. And with your feet down, lift your pelvis up and take it down. Lift the pelvis up and take it down. Lift up, come down. Lift yourself up. Take your feet to the opposite side with the knees bent. You're using the outside edges of your feet, the outside and the inside edges of the feet. Come down to your forearms. Interlace your fingers and press the forearms to lift your pelvis up and come down. Lift up and down. And again, lift up and come down. Rise up, cross your legs again. Press the outside edges of the feet. Sit tall. With the right hand, hold on to the left ribs, and with the left hand, reach over to the side. Just feel the stretch in the palm of the right hand. Now let's see if we can free the right hand and reach it out. Notice with both arms to the right, how your left sit bone wants to lift up, so your action is to pull back, to set it firmly down. Inhale, rise up. Do the same. Left hand comes to the right ribs. Right arm comes over your head. Spread your fingers. Reach over, and you're just feeling the side body lengthening through the stretch. Now create just a little bit more engagement by freeing your left hand as if you're holding onto a beach ball. You're pressing in with the hands. You're trying to maintain this nice rootedness through the right sit bone. Not so easy. You're engaging nicely before inhale to lift up. Very nice. Come to your forearms again. With your forearms pressing down, with your fingers interlaced, with your knees about hip distance apart and your toes tucked under, lift your pelvis up. Now step your feet together and just pivot so that you're on the outside edge of the right foot. Draw your hip down, lift it up, and again draw your hip down, lift up. One more, draw your pelvis down toward the mat and lift up. Come back to the center position. Now let's go to the opposite side. So draw to the left side and come toward a plank position. Rise up. Again, pelvis down, lift up, pelvis down, and lift up. Come back to a plank position and lower yourself to the mat. With your right forearm parallel to the front of the mat, draw over to your right side. Slight bend to the knees again. And lift your pelvis up in a way similar to what we've been doing. So lift the pelvis up, take it down, lift up, and come down. And lift up and down. If you want to free your arm, take your left arm up and over and down. One more. Lift up and over and come down. Let's come to the opposite side. You can just roll over to the left side. With your forearm down. Some people like to make a fist with their hand. It seems to engage the left forearm more effectively, so try that. See if it works for you. You may want to take your right hand to the sides of the body just to feel the effects of the action. You can lift up the pelvis and take it down. Lift up and down. Those of you that want a little bit more challenge, feel free to straighten the legs to lift the pelvis up. So the knees are off the ground as you lift the pelvis up. And now using your arm, inhale, lift your right arm up and over. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up and over. Exhale, come down. Come to a seated position with your feet forward, with your hands back. So the fingers are pointing toward your toes. Bend your elbows, hug your elbows in, and lift your chest. Again, bend your elbows, draw them in toward each other, lift the chest. See if you can put a little bit more weight in the base of the index finger as you do this. Bend your elbows, hug them in, lift your chest, and as a bonus, can you lift your pelvis up? Draw your head back if that works for you. And slowly come on down. Straighten your legs and lower yourself to your mat. Release your arms to your side. Take your attention to your breath. Find a very easeful and natural breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Your facial muscles are relaxed. You allow your limbs to be completely supported by the floor. The breath is very free and natural. Thank you for joining me in the practice. Enjoy your Savasana. Namaste.